About bygones.
Bygones?
Yes. Bygones that he promised to forget. But as long as he didn't mean it, then I'll tell you the truth. I was in on that bank robbery.
Well, that's fine. Congratulations, Phillips. Good work. Now let's have the rest of it. Who are the men, what are their names, and where's the money?
I'm afraid you'll have to find out those details for yourself. I confess to save him the trouble. And may I add my compliments, Mr. Phillips.
So, the quicker you realize that this is neither a country club nor a concentration camp, the better. It's up to the women themselves how they're treated. If you behave yourself, we'll meet you more than halfway. But if you want to be tough, we can be tough with you. Now, is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell her the rules and see that she understands them. And she won't have that for an alibi for breaking them. Come on, Burton.
I feel rotten. After all I did tell her, bygones were bygones.
Well, what of it? She's just another crook.
Not exactly. Don't forget I've known her ever since she was a little kid. I don't think she ever had a decent chance.
Well, she's in the state prison now, so what are you going to do?
I'm still going to try to help her, if she'll let me.
Everything okay, Burton?
Just perfect, thank you. Got a private room with absolutely every convenience. Except, of course, a radio and a writing desk.
There's a radio in the big room and a writing desk, too. But you won't be allowed to send letters the first month.
Then I'll have plenty of time to think what I have to say before I write.
Come on into the big room. It'll do you good to meet some of the others and talk to them a bit.
Works. And why should Louis Sitton take credit for Dot Burton's conviction? Employing his usual bullying tactics, he could never have secured her confession in 1,000 years. Yet she responded readily to kindness and reason, and in so doing proved that, despite this one mistake, she nevertheless possesses a basically sound sense of honor and a high sense of duty toward society.
Turn that off.
Dot Burton confessed of her own accord.
Turn that off, I said. Who wants to listen to a mealy-mouthed...
What right you got telling me what to do? This is my night to play the radio, and I'll play what I want. Lucy's right. The girls take turns on the radio, and this is her night.
And tomorrow's my night. Then you can hear music that's hot and sweet.
Say, I never saw you before. Just who do you think you are?
My name's Dot Burton. That mean anything to you?
I'll say it does. You're the bandit beauty that Phillips went after. Take a look at her, girls. The outlaw's bride, or why boys rob banks. Maybe she'll give us a lowdown on how to keep out of jail, huh? Shut up, Lucy. You know it's against the rules to remind inmates what they're here for. Get back to your places, girls.
Oh, sure, Miss Jenkins. I'm sorry. I never meant to break no rules. I never do. You know that.
All right, Fenton. And don't you start any more brawls or you'll find yourself in solitary.
You've got nerve, Burton, haven't you?
So?
I like women who ain't all sawdust inside.
Thanks. Home was never like this.
Oh, most of the girls ain't so bad. I've been here over 2 years, and I can call just about everybody's number.
Who was that little pixie I had the run-in with?
Lucy Fenton, president of the Bird Club. Membership limited to stool pigeons only.
How about that battle-scarred zombie with her?
That's Deaf Annie, a lifer. She's got nothing to gain by playing stooge, because she can't hear anything worthwhile anyhow. So why Lucy hooked up with her is anybody's guess.
They make a great team, all right.
Yeah. Let's ease out of here and go over to my cell. I've got a couple of cigarettes tucked under the mattress.
Swell.
So outside of working for parole, the other reason for behaving good is to get sent to the farm. That's open in summer for trustees and A-conduct girls.
Well, parole's too far off for me to think about now. So all I can shoot for is the farm, I guess.
Of course, it ain't exactly Central Park. But at least it's away from here and Mrs. Stoner, the head matron.
Yeah, she's hard as flint. We struck sparks the first time we met. How about Jenkins?
Tough on the routine. She's okay. Say, if you ever want to get a letter out or get anything sent in from the outside, I've got a friend who's a trustee. Well, I guess that's about enough for tonight's lesson.
Yeah, that's enough for tonight. But there'll be tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Years of them.
Hey, Carrie, when are we gonna get some action? We're just about out of dough.
Yeah, thanks to a little playmate, we're just about out 40 G's.
Maybe it was somebody else. You don't even know if it was her.
No, but I'm going to find out mighty soon.
What do you mean?
I think I'll go up and see her.
How?
As a visitor.
A visitor?
Quick on the sneak, ain't you? First come, first served. You're gonna get served all right. And I'll cook the dish.
You wouldn't put poison in it, would you?
Poison? Who told you about that?
A little bird. And not a stool pigeon, either.
Was that Myrtle? I'll twist her tongue out. I'll... Miss Jenkins, come here, please. Miss Jenkins, she's taunting me. She called me a poisoner, trying to hurt me and humiliate me before everybody.
Easy now. Don't get excited. What's this all about, Burton?
Nothing, Miss Jenkins. I just beat her to the ironing board, and she got a little nasty.
That's a lie. Fenton, you know the rules about that kind of talk.
Miss Jenkins, I didn't mean to call her a liar. I only meant I never did what they accused me of. I never poisoned nobody. I was framed.
All right, all right. Everybody in this place was framed. Now, you leave Burton alone until she finishes, and then you can have the board. And you know better than to make cracks like that, too.
Well, I didn't do it deliberately. I didn't even know why she was in here. Just a shot in the dark.
Well, it hit home, so don't shoot wild again. By the way, Burton, you have permission to receive a visitor tomorrow.
A visitor? Well, who's coming to see me? Listen, if it's that Phillips, you tell him to stay away. That dirty double-crosser, I wouldn't...
It's not Phillips.
Well, who is it?
Your sister.
My sister?
That's what the list says.
Well, if it says that, I...
What's the matter with you, Burton?
Nothing. I just thought that after all that had happened, she wouldn't want to see me.
Time heals all wounds, dearie. It'll be nice to see her and know that she's forgiven you anyway.
What's the matter, kid? Your sister ain't a vampire, is she?
I don't know. I haven't got a sister.
Well, now, ain't that something?
Time's up, Johnson. Goodbye, Bill. I'll see you next visiting day. All right, Burton.
Surprised to see me?
Just wondering why you're here, that's all.
To find out about the briefcase, of course.
Sure, I might have guessed that. But you won't find out.
Have they got it?
They didn't get anything but me.
Where is it? So we've got a right to our cut, haven't we?
You weren't giving me my cut. You were leaving town with that money when I came back.
Oh, no. Listen, Dad, you know
Well, I know you're all a bunch of cheap welchers. You were all set to cut me out, only I beat you to it.
Gonna keep it all to yourself, eh?
That's right. The whole 40,000.
That's what you think. Listen, sister. We'll be waiting.
Well, don't hold your breath, because it'll be a long time. And it's 10 to 1 you'll all be in your cells before I get out. Now beat it, before I pull off that trick wig and turn you in.
See your brother?
I saw my brother. I saw something else, too. The Burton girl saw her sister, but her sister was a man.
A man?
He came to find some money. $40,000. Only Burton knows where it is.
You sure?
I'm sure. I read their lips just as I read yours.
You going to tell the matron?
Nothing I could tell anyone would help me.
Then it's a secret?
Your secret. Maybe it'll help you.
I'll say it will. Did she tell the man where it was?
No.
Then I can tell Mrs. Stoner whenever it'll do the most good. See you later. Could you?
So that's who my sister was. Carrie Wells, the guy who was glad to see me take the rap so he could get my share of the money.
Was it a lot?
Yeah. But it's where it won't do anybody any good now.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
No, I don't mean only about that. I was hoping your visitor might have been someone sent by Kenneth Phillips.
Phillips? Say, I hate him worse than I do Carrie.
Maybe so. But he can help you.
He already helped me once, to get in here.
Yeah, but you don't know how he feels about that now. You haven't even read his letters. I got a hunch he's sorry.
Well, it's too late for that now.
I don't think so. He's a big shot. He's got a drag. If he wanted, he could help you even in here.
See, I never thought of that.
Well, then think about it now. Write him, see him, find out what's on his mind. Say, I'd play ball with anybody but Hitler to get out of this hole.
Why the big smile? Good news?
You said it, John. Dot Burton wants to see me.
Oh, I thought you sent back all your letters.
She did. She must have had a change of heart.
Now you just can't wait to see her and give her your love and regrets.
More than that, John. I want to give her a little hope. A hope that I can get her the chance she wanted before. The chance to go straight. Because now you're paying your debt to society, you've earned the right to a new life.
Yes, I know that, Ken. And I've learned my lesson at last. So if we can just let bygones be bygones, like we talked about before, we'll...
That's swell, Dot. I'm going to tell you something else.
Oh, no more advice, please. I'm afraid I couldn't stand it.
Oh, very well, then. I'll give my advice to someone that'll appreciate it. I'm going to ask the board to consider your parole.
Oh, Ken, that's wonderful. I never dreamed that you'd ever have faith enough in me again to do anything like that.
But I have, Dot. All the faith in the world.
That's big and fine and generous of you. And I love you for it, Ken.
So you kissed and made up, huh?
Well, when I told him I loved him, he beamed like a Brooklyn school kid with a ticket to the World Series.
Sure. Men are all the same. They believe what they want to believe.
So then he said he'd check with the district attorney and have a talk with Mrs. Stoner here. He was almost sure the board would parole me at their next meeting.
Well, you're practically out. With Phillips going to bat for you, how can you miss?
Mert, I feel kind of cheap promoting Ken like this. You know, he always liked me when I was a kid.
Now, listen, hon. You're not going to weaken.
Not exactly, but I'm beginning to see his angle. Just like he said, I made a mistake, and I've got to pay for it.
Well, if you feel that way about it, you love the guy. But don't let love make you forget the 40 G's.
Don't breathe a word about that money again. If anyone here even suspects, I'll really be cooked.
Scram, you stool pigeon.
I have news. Her friend's coming up for parole.
What friend?
Dot Burton.
Which?
She'll be up next month. Phillips is helping her.
Phillips?
She saw him today.
Then I'll see the matron.
And tell her?
All about the money. That will help me with the matron and fix Burton so she'll never get out, understand?
Not so fast.
Fix Burton so she'll never get out, never.
Never get out.
That's what I said. She won't get a chance to spend that money.
When will you tell? Now?
Yeah. No, I'll wait. I'll wait till the day of the meeting. I'll let Burton build her hope sky high, then watch him tumble.
Well, it won't be long now, Burton. I hope you make it.
Thanks, Miss Jenkins. I hope so, too.
Excuse me, Mrs. Stoner, but could I speak to you a minute, please?
I'm busy now, Fenton. I have a parole board meeting at 10.
Yes, I know. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Well, you're not eligible for that for several months yet.
No, ma'am. But Dot Burton is. Today.
What have you to do with that?
Well, nothing directly. But, you know, I'm always anxious to help whenever I can. Even if the girls do think I tell things I shouldn't. I know you understand that I'm only doing it for the general good.
Oh, come to the point. If you've anything worthwhile to tell me, you know I never forget.
It's about the money that was stolen from the bank that Dot Burton's mob stuck up.
What about?
Well, the bank wants it back, don't they? They'll pay a reward, won't they?
Certainly. So what?
Mrs. Stoner, if you approve Dot Burton's parole and she gets out, you'll be freeing the only person in the world who knows where that money is hidden.
How do you know?
One of the gang came to see her dressed as a woman. She wouldn't even tell him where it was.
I can't quite believe that.
Oh, but ma'am, it's true. I know it.
Well, there's a way to find out. And if it is... see who it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Phillips is here, ma'am.
Oh, tell him I'll meet him in the boardroom in just a minute.
But he said he wanted to see you before the meeting.
Maybe it would be as well to see him first. Show him in, Mary.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Phillips, please.
Good morning, Mrs. Stoner. I just thought I'd check with you before the proceedings start. I have Mr. Sinton's letter here approving the application for parole, and I thought you might submit it with your own letter.
Well, that would be the procedure if I were going to approve.
If you were going to approve, but you agreed.
That was before I learned certain new facts concerning the case, Mr. Phillips.
You mean about Miss Burton?
I do.
Well, I don't know what you could have learned. That was the first criminal act she ever committed. Now she served more than enough time to be eligible.
There's still the question of the stolen money.
She didn't take that. She never left the bank until she was arrested.